The thing is, you would think on paper that, you know, Sivir actually once upon a time was really good in the Vi, because you could just spell shield the ult.
Yeah.
But now you just smite when you're on the way, and then you just break the spell shield and get the knock-up.
Yep.
So, yeah, have fun with that. It also means they have really strong mid-jungle pressure if they want to look at Karis, if they want to look at Gideon. A lot of pick potential with this composition, I think it goes without saying. And sure, if you see this game going to 30-40 minutes and they're even, I think Bro have a pretty strong comp, but is that going to happen? I guess I'll have to hope for it.
I'm a little worried. I believe that history is also in for game number 2. Okay, BRION, Hana, 2, set!
BRION fighting!
T1, Hana, 2, set!
T1 fighting!
Nailed it. Woo! Okay. Have you paid your bro tax? Everyone in chat, have you paid it? Because perhaps one of the reasons why everything went so catastrophically wrong in Game 1 was a lack of bro tax that's being paid.
Yeah.
Highlight those messages right now.
We're analyzing the data, and it seems like we were lacking in certain areas.
Yep.
BroFan729, you actually didn't pay your bro tax, so, you know, I think Game 1 might
He's
have been down to
actually
you.
rifling through papers right now with his pen out.
Rifling through these papers and studying the data, so make sure you get on that. You are the ones holding back Bro.
He has the bro books in front of him. He knows. He knows when the tax is being paid or when it hasn't. As Bro getting pushed out of the river for now. But we'll be absolutely fine. Zeus getting into position to be frustrating. But it seems like things should be okay. And with the Sejuani, this top side of the map could be somewhere that they could attack. Of course, Morgan able to help activate that permafrost pretty comfortably. And I don't really... You know how we spend a lot of time in the bottom lane? In a lot of our games, we were just watching the laning phase. I'd prefer not to.
But you can see Envy really wants that wave.
Oh, Zeus also really wants his kill, as Morgan not going to get hit by the sweet spot that time around and absorbs any potential CC from the knockup. So Zeus not going to be able to kill him underneath his turret. Also holds onto the ghost. Nicely done. Envy does now finally have the spell shield, so can get a bit of health back. But I'm just
Wait, it's actually 2 points spell shield, no points Q?
Huh?
What?
Going back to base. I don't know, man.
Was it this? Like a second...
Maybe normally he would... Normally he put a point into Q after the W. Takes Ricochet first. We do see a lot of Sivers actually take Boomerang Blade first, but he takes Ricochet first, and then normally he's put a point into Q when he hit... And he's going to be able to go back. Does allow him to get himself a free walk back despite not having the teleport. So understandable entirely.
You know what I want to say? Karis is doing pretty okay in lane.
There we go.
Compared to his teammates.
Yeah, nailing it.
You know, 20 CS lead top and bot, but mid, you're doing pretty good.
Hey, and also, we got Chemtech Drake out of the way, so we cannot get Orxed. It's not as suspicious as it could be.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not tech, it's just any bad soul.
Yeah, it's just if it's non-interactive. Now, Envy doesn't have his spell shield, is going to flash as Guon gets lit on fire. Another minion wave is conga lining forward, though, as Bubble going to be avoided. Now Faker comes down as well. Oh, dear. There was that interaction you were talking about before, and just punched. He had the spell shield back, and now Polu is just a little cat on a book and will be cut down by the culling.
Closer, it's going to give less time before you can spell shields and give you the opportunity to react.
Well, there's an all-out and a Glacial Prison, so Zeus should be going down here. Does flash the wall, though, and never mind. He's Aatrox. He doesn't die in these situations, and now Morgan finds a Q. There's the knock-up. The permafrost is there. He gets so much of his health back, and now Faker gets enough time to turn up. And so Zeus once again is the noble sacrifice, and T1 will then just clean up.
Yeah, and Faker making his presence known. First to roam down bot, finds another opportunity to come here.
50 more creep score.
Yeah, so Guma gets his first item.
Oh, I've seen this attempt before. Well done, going to be used as Morgan gonna break the chains. Now goes for the all-out, but there's a teleport. Guon's coming in as well. He's got the ulti, and he'll use it on top of Gideon right now. He has the Glacial Prison, so Faker delayed a little bit, but it does not matter. This Sejuani is well and truly dead, and Morgan is not going to be left up as well. Karis is just He's like, oh, no, this isn't where I parked my car. And he will wander by and get
He's
towards
there for the
turret.
farm,
He's
right?
there for the minions. He's like, don't mind me, I just want to clean this up.
Hey, I don't want no trouble.
Well, that is an investment of a tidal wave, as Envy not going to get caught in the bubble. There's the Boomerang Blade.
Picking up some stacks, you know, for the support item, and just stopping the recall to be a little bit annoying.
It worked. This is also going to mean that when Gumayusi comes back, this tower's dead. If Envy did want to actually go back.
I'm not sure you want to step up there, Envy.
No. The Yuumi is coming. I don't know what that means necessarily. For finding success here is the Boomerang not going to land.
The mandate's the big one.
Yep.
And this is really where the Lucian's going to start to...
Oh, this is the moment of truth as well, Ox. Get the susters in chat. As it's a cloud. Oh, baby, redemption. Don't you worry. It's the best soul in the game. It could have been the worst. Instead, it was the best. Now, it couldn't have been the worst because Chemtech was already down. But still, we now get rewarded.
The speedy soul.
It's a lot of movement speed, isn't it?
Yep, really is.
And with a Nami as well, man,
Yep.
you'd be booking it.
The culling.
Oh, you'd be out. You're like a typewriter. It's crazy. Okay, well, go on. Gonna look for his opportunity. That's a great Emperor's Divide. I just don't know how much it actually matters as Faker was tanking the turret. That's gonna take him down.
Oh!
And the denting blows. Guon is just gonna tank this turret and die. And that's a double for Gideon. Big mistake here for T1 underneath the bottom outer turret, as now Gumayusi is looking for Envy here. They do have the ulti from the Yuumi, but she pops off and now she's dead. Oh, T1, can they finish the dive? Is Envy actually going to be okay? As Carrier thinks no. He does pop the shield, and now he's in between these turrets, and that is the 1v1. But this is the build that Aiming went for, actually, and did a lot of damage with. Just the classic crit.
Yeah.
And it works very nicely.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people talked about going like Kraken Navori as like the more tank shredder build.
Yeah. That's all right. They do find the Glacial Prison onto Faker, but there is so much keeping him alive. Emperor's Divide lands onto 2, but where is the damage here from the bros? Gideon's not actually taking very much of it as the all-out does come on through. The help with the turret was employed, but unneeded, as Guon will be taken down. It's a 1-for-1. Karis in trade, but now Gideon is going to face check. There's the bubble, and Gumayusi says goodnight. The fight is not over yet, as now Faker is going to bring this wave in, and Morgan nowhere to go. He's got his pet cat, and he decides he wants to take the 2v2 instead. Gumayusi is in melee range, but it looks like he doesn't really mind too much about it, as Polu is going to get blinged back. And that is the 3-for-1 in the end.
Seemed like a very weird play to opt into, because they burned their TP, but the TP was just going to eat you know, you might be right, but it's an 8k gold in 8 minutes.
I think it is.
Is this weird?
But there were some plays, you know, like Karis
well,
did that
actually,
thing.
here's the thing. It's the reason it's not as bad is because in the previous game they had Smolder, and they were against a center who scales really well. This is like a mid-game comp from T1.
Yeah, that's true. So this has to be happening right now as Gideon getting in amongst it. Actually take... Oh, they catch Gumayusi. Great Emperor's Divide once again. But Envy is going to be the trade. Carrier doesn't get the bubble as now Faker wants to flick someone back in. Karis, he's got a little cat in a book though, and still offers a lot of damage, and he is 100% the main character of this pro roster right now. One of Karis's most impressive performances, even after their couple of victories over the Quantum Freaks, is okay. Carrier going to get permafrosted, as Faker will find Gideon with that flick. And is he a tank? I'm not entirely sure. Carrier somehow staying alive for way too long, but now Karis is going to get in there. The Aatrox goes down, and Faker's like, nope, I'm all on my way out of this one.
Hey, this is looking better. You know, got some shutdowns there, got some good kills. Or we get the full gauntlet.
Yeah.
It's so cringe, so 5 games.
Yeah, it is pretty cringe. Well, Rift Herald going to be invested into this mid lane. T1 wanting to break it open, make the map as wide as possible. As Bro, they have a lot of wave clear. Let's see how this one's going to go. The Vite going to crash on in here as there's the Weaver's Wall. Tidal Wave as well being a real problem. Envy with a good spell shield this time around. The final chapter does come on through. Good knock up there onto the Azir, but now Morgan finds everyone. Carrier going to be taken down. There's the all out, but I don't know whether he really wanted to go over here. Faker able to take him down. Still, Guon is going to be left to the Wolves. And Gumayusi, can you actually stop them from just pushing through? And I think he won't be able to. That's a 2-for-1 trade just keep in favor of the Bros.
Just keep pushing till the Nexus at this point. just keep carrying on. Morgan with a huge play there, the triple stun. You know, we often see Xante do a lot of things, a lot of stunning, a lot of attacking, a lot of dragging people common.
No.
So finding a pretty great angle there. Oh, Envy sidesteps the Q.
Yeah, doesn't get too much value from the spell shield, but still is able to start doing some things.
Yeah, I mean,
Sivir.
Bro didn't want that top tier 2 anyway.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
That is a lot of extra money, though, so that does mean that the gold lead does stretch back out to about a large amount of damage.
Oh, there's a flanking Aatrox.
Well, Tidal Wave is going to be invested here as Envy. I don't know about that one. There is the Vine, manages to catch out the Sivir and Karis. The next one on the chopping block, and the flanking Aatrox is just going to come around and execute him. No more damage left. No more hope for Bro to stop this soul.
Yeah, and Polu wasn't actually even attached to Envy there, which was a bit interesting because the best friend buff was still on the Sivir, so more value to be gained there. But I guess maybe it was like, well, Karis' Flash and Zhonya's, maybe that's higher value. Like,
and also Envy decided to sort of just wander off and die.
Well, maybe it was in protest, you know.
I don't know, but this is going to be a Baron going over to T1. The Cloud Soul already completed. Gideon wanting to try and threaten as Gumayusi just says no, please leave.
Yeah, Morgan will walk over and say, fine, you can have it.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yep.
But the Cloud Soul pretty big as well.
It is absurd.
Yeah, I mean, the 20% movement speed, you know, once upon a time, Cloud Soul was 10% movement speed out of combat. The fact it's 20% is kind of an absurd amount.
Wasn't it nerfed from 15 as well? And 15 was considered like it's too strong? Or am I imagining that?
I don't specifically remember, maybe. But I just know the fact it's a 20 now is kind of absurd.
Yeah.
Just like, because obviously you get the boost when you use your ult, but you just passively so fast, so much harder to hit skill shots, so much easier to rotate. So much harder to catch up with people. Envy, use a little bit of movement speed.
I really wanted to see the speed boost of World Ender and then walk.
Oh, it'll be fun.
The World Ender, it'll be like you activate speed boost.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I'm really
I kind of want to see the culling.
Yeah, the culling. Yeah.
Slay and Nami.
Bonkers.
Stacking up with everything else.
You don't need the extra activation of the movement speed. Is what I meant with the ulti. That's a bit of fun, but not necessary. As Morgan, it's necessary for him to have some health. Because, of course, he is the front line.
Probably coming in, yep, and there's a Vi behind, and Morgan's half HP, and oh god, it's happening.
Yeah, this is the sandwich, the pincer movement. And Morgan is going for that back. He wants to teleport back in. The Elder has been started. T1 moving over towards his control ward, so they know that this flank exists. There's the Weaver's Wall of Zeus. He's on the wrong side of it for now. The Tidal Wave does come on in as he's looking for the Qs, and now he dives in on top of them. The Sivir does take down Guon to start this fight off, but I have a feeling that's the end of the good news. There goes Envy. It's a double for Zeus. Make it a triple, as T1 will just wipe the floor with Bro. They'll take themselves an Elder, and this may just be the end of the game.
Honestly, with a 10k gold deficit, down Soul as well, and with the flank that T1 set up, Bro actually did a pretty decent job of fighting that, but the gold lead, the soul lead, the everything is just too much. You know, they tried, they held on for a little bit, but T1 did their homework in this game. They got the gold lead, and that was just basically signing their name on it. Job's done, and they should just be able to take this 2-0.
Yeah, really beautifully done. Great execution on a mid-game composition as well. There were a couple of whoopsies that they did, but I think you do need to keep up the aggression with a comp like this. We've seen some of these Lucian compositions not quite work out, and Gumayusi Carrier making it look pretty smooth as they will take down the Nexus. A 2-0 for T1, reclaiming that first place.
Yep.